Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Bloons Tower Defense 5 Deluxe Edition. In this episode we're going to another track that was added in the update. I didn't actually look at it to see what it was, but let's see now. Alright, already did fireworks, and jungle, country road, haunted swamp, and now this one, the Great Divide. I think I had tried it, on the web version, because obviously it was on the web version first, and I don't know exactly how well I'm going to do, because it is a bit of a harder track. Obviously there's this Great Divide where you can't place any towers, I don't think, and then there's two paths that are pretty much symmetrical, like identical, just reversed on the y-axis, I think, which seems like, oh, just put the same towers on each side and they'll be fine, but technically, because the boomerang throwers and a couple other towers like the Dart Monkey and stuff, or maybe even the Ninja Monkey, they sort of throw at an angle. They're actually hitting these balloons at different angles, so it's not quite the same, but obviously it doesn't make a huge difference, but there will be points where one boomerang thrower is going to do better than the other. So that will be very interesting to see how that plays out. And just to start off, I'm going to work on getting them the Bionic Boomer, because that is always a helpful boomerang thrower upgrade. And I'm not sure exactly which one would be more effective, the Glaive Ricochet or the Bionic Boomer. It'd be so amazing if I could get both, but because the paths are split, that means I'm getting half as many balloons on each side. So the density might not be quite as much, so the Glaive Ricochet might not be as useful. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But then the Bionic Boomer would be helpful, because I know that once the balloons start, moving pretty quickly, you're going to need some pretty fast attack speed to actually keep up with them. Now I'm going to put this one here first. Actually, no, I'm going to give this one the Bionic Boomer first, because it's, I think, in a little bit worse of a position, just because of which way the path is facing. Because on the left side, well, no, on the right side, when the balloons come down here on the right, the boomerangs will go up and then sort of arc around and hit on the left side, so it's kind of covering this area pretty well. And then for this one on the left side, when it attacks these, it does get that little corner, but then it's leaving this side a little more open. So once the balloons come down on this side, it's not really attacking the right, whereas here, once it comes down on the right, the boomerangs are still arcing around to the left. So it's not going to make a huge difference, like I said earlier, but it is something to consider, because obviously that can be an issue when you have the really fast, like pink balloons or something. But once you get the Bionic Boomer, they'll have a fast enough attack rate that it really shouldn't be a problem. And then once you upgrade to the actual Glaive Thrower, then it should be good. Now my only problem with this is that now I'm going to need some camo detection, but I can't just use a Monkey Village because the boomerang throwers are too far apart, even for the bigger beacon. I don't think the Monkey Village can reach that far, especially because you can't just put it in the middle right here, because, there's just a big hole, kind of like the Grand Canyon, but not quite, because I don't think the Grand Canyon is this green. Alright, just upgrade that, and just wait for a little bit more, and then I'll be done with them. And I think I'm going to use mortars, maybe Ninja Monkeys. Not sure yet, didn't plan this ahead of time or anything, which is always, a terrible idea, because I'm trying to walk you through and be like, oh hey, this is how you beat this level successfully, preferably without losing lives. I think I'm going to use wizards, or the Monkey Apprentice, which I would call a wizard. Could be seriously, come on, they're totally wizards. Alright, let's see, I don't think I'm going to have enough for both of them to have camo detection, and I don't know which side the camo balloon comes down, and of course as I'm talking about it. But I should have enough before the actual, before like the more camouflage balloons come. I think it was around 33, if I remember correctly. And it also gives a bit of lead busting, but again, the bionic boomers already have the lead busting. Alright, next I'm going to give them intense magic instead of the monkey sense, because I really don't need any big camo detection yet. Let's see. I don't usually use wizards very often, or I call them wizards because monkey apprentice sounds weird, and also totally random side note. Speaking of apprentice, if you're a fan of Dungeon Defenders, like if you are subscribed to me, but then you don't really notice that I post other videos other than Bloons Start events, or you're just not interested in them, the Dungeon Defenders Let's Play I already went through as the Squire, beat the first 12 levels, which is really like the main game, pretty much just on normal difficulty. And then now I'm going through as the Apprentice. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. It's, you know, it's on my channel. I upload it. If you're subscribed, that should, you know, you should see it. But anyways, I never really used these monkey apprentices because, I don't know, I always felt like they were not necessarily like unreliable, but just because they had all these different attacks, it almost did feel like they were unreliable, because they didn't have just a consistent, you know, boomerang throw or something. So, I don't know, they're kind of weird. They're definitely more on the unique side of the balloons, or the monkeys. But I do really enjoy their Dragon's Breath, because it's really powerful, but I don't know if it's quite as powerful as I'd like. Because it is really helpful getting rid of Moabs, but again, it's not like any super invincible bionic boomer or anything, just saying. And it's definitely no super monkey. And in fact, I think I'm actually going to stop leveling them up, or upgrading them, which is probably not the best idea. And I was like putting these sniper monkeys way off in the corner. Alright, also, I was supposed to do a sandbox episode yesterday, but totally forgot that it was Labor Day, and, you know, holiday and all that. So I had to go to my family's little barbecue and stuff. So yeah, I didn't do a sandbox episode yesterday, because all the episodes I recorded, or posted yesterday, I already had pre-recorded from last week, which is really good, and kind of lucky, because I didn't even realize that I was going to be busy that day. So yeah, that was nice. I'm going to try to pre-record a couple episodes, like have them a day or two in advance, because I cleared out more room on my computer so I can actually, you know, hold those episodes. And good thing gave him the, what are they called? Night vision goggles, because camo, you know, bionic boomers can't see those. Alright, and 2 sniper monkeys is pretty expensive. Just one is expensive enough, and I really only need it for the Moabs, so I don't actually need 2. But I will use 2 anyways. Because really, I've got the monkey apprentices and now the snipers for the camo detection. The bionic boomers should be good on basically popping everything else, and then the snipers should be good at popping the Moab. Now, I actually did not necessarily practice for the sandbox, but I was just messing around with the snipers to kind of see how many layers the Moab actually has, which you could go to the Wikipedia for the Bloons game genre and find out exactly how many hits it takes to pop a Moab. Kind of like how many licks it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop. But anyways, so I was testing it with the sniper monkeys, and I think the Moab has 200 layers, or like 200 hits, somewhere close to that, if not exactly that. So if one sniper monkey with .50 is popping 7 layers, oh man, that's not good. But oh well, I've got 600 lives. I don't need to worry. But if it has 7 layers, or pops 7 layers, this one also has 7 layers, then that's 14 every shot, and with the semi-automatic rifle, it does shoot pretty fast. So, it can get through pretty fast, especially with the bionic boomer. I wouldn't know the exact numbers, but I don't usually give them the semi-automatic rifle. I usually go on the left side, but just because I've already got these bionic boomers, and I'm not setting them to the strongest, I'm just setting them to first, because they're also a little bit to help with the camo detection, because the monkey apprentices aren't as good on their own. So, also, since it's round 45, which is why they're just popping all those pink balloons before they even get on screen, I'm also going to add a couple ninja monkeys and upgrading them evenly because of no particular reason, actually. But now it's the Moab, and done. Alright. So I'm also giving them the distraction upgrade to help with the ceramic balloons that come out of the Moabs, just to help them bring them back towards the beginning of the track, which is actually something I'm going to use the Monkey Apprentice for, instead of the Dragon's Breath, which is really good at popping, oops, not the pineapples, which is really good at popping the balloons, but the Whirlwind is better at, you know, getting the balloons back towards the beginning of the track, where the Bionic Boomer and everything can do their stuff. So I'm actually going to put one, or some of the Whirlwind here, and I think it's pretty cool how the snipers can pop the balloons before they even get on the screen. Pretty helpful. Alright, now I'm actually gonna, oops, I mean I meant to sell it, but I'm actually gonna sell these and get something else. Let's see, what else can I get? I'm gonna get a Dartling gun, just for the fun of it. And do I have enough? No, I don't have enough for 2. Although it's still only round 49, so I'll see if I have enough. I just need 850. And if only these were the fixed point Dartling guns rather than just the regular aiming. If I had the specialty building, because then I could just have each of them pointing at their own entrance rather than having to move it only one at a time. That'd be pretty interesting, but obviously unnecessary. And oh hey, look at that, rank up spider. What tangled webs the balloons do weave, mind exits as well as the centers, this blah 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 blah. I'm not reading that. Anyways, so yeah, that'll be popped pretty quickly. And then the Disciple of Air with his Whirlwind does help to bring the balloons back a little bit. And I'm pretty sure that means the Moab is going to come from this side now. And alright. That was easy. Obviously. Now, 1828. Still not enough for anything that helpful. Tiny tornadoes, it's nice, but I mean, really, that was the first time I used the Whirlwind, like, this entire playthrough. So, yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.